Good morning. I'll spend just a couple of minutes talking about the MGHPCC. Ron has referred to it a few times as kind of a precursor to some of this. The MGHPCC consortium, which after 10 years I still can't totally pronounce, is a partnership, really I think of it as a joint venture between 5 research universities in Massachusetts, MIT, Northeastern, Boston University, the University of Massachusetts, and Harvard University. From the beginning, I think it's fair to say that we've been 3 works in progress. One is a physical entity, a data center dedicated to research and education. But overlaid on that, and perhaps more important, is this notion of kind of a virtual commons for computationally intensive research. Much of it, as you'll see, has to do with research that is outside computer systems, but the work that's being done here is an important part of that as well. And the third part of it, in part, as a side effect of our involvement in the state of Massachusetts, is the notion of local impact. Things that we might do in the city of Holyoke, Western Massachusetts, where we are located. The motivation is simple, and this goes back to the early 2000s. There has been explosive growth in demand for research computing in the university community and around it. I think there was one other motivation for the MGHPCC that came a little bit later, which is this notion that 5 universities working together can often take on challenges that are larger than one single institution. The landscape that we saw then and has evolved over the past decade is one where it's really for all of you. Scientists doing simulation, analyzing massive quantities of data, more recently applying machine learning models to that data, and delivering astonishing results. I still remember a colleague at Boston University saying, sorry, we can't move our equipment to the MGHPCC just yet. We're busy discovering boson. When we're done with that, maybe we'll come out. So the amount of the impact that this community has using the resources of the data center is forever astonishing. Just looking at our 3 works in progress, kind of at the foundation of it all, maybe level -1 or -2 in the stack, is a data center in Western Massachusetts. It's got room for about 1,000 cabinets, access to 12 megawatts of power, expandable to 24, with land for expansion if we need to, and 100% carbon-free energy. So it's a nice package. To put those numbers into perspective, something odd happened with the microphone. I apologize for that. But to put that into perspective, some of you maybe saw the announcement of an exascale computer, the first ever, in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. The building that computer is in is about the same size and has about the same size power feed as the one we have. So there's room for kind of a lot of computing. I'll note that computer cost $1 billion. So I'm not sure we'll actually ever have enough money to fill that much capacity. But we've got the space and the infrastructure, and that was part of the deal 10 years ago. We opened in 2013. There's somewhere north of 20,000 research faculty, students, classes using the center, hundreds of thousands of CPUs, somewhere north of 150 petabytes of storage. Whenever I say a number like that, Scott Yokel at Harvard says, no, we have that much storage at Harvard alone, and a couple of terabits of bandwidth available into and out of the facility. About a terabit of it lit, the rest of it the technology develops. So again, being able to have a large amount of capacity so that when someone comes to us with the next big thing, we just take it in stride. Again, perhaps more important, and this is a bit of an eye chart, I'm not going to do all of the bits and pieces on it, are the things that have grown up in the virtual commons. If you look at our stack, I've already described the data center that's down below the bottom of this stack. Networking has been an area of collaboration across the Northeast since the 80s, since before the internet was invented. And we're benefiting from that with some regional initiatives like Holyoke Codes and Internet 2, as well as local resources from MIT Mass. Further up, we've heard a bit about the Northeast Storage Exchange. We'll probably hear more later in the day, providing both disk and tape storage at large quantities with very good economies of scale. Above that, there's a plethora of compute resources that have kind of tested our ability to share across institutions. And you'll see contributions from every one of our members. Engaged one from MIT, the Lincoln Laboratory Super Cloud AI Jumpstart at Northeastern University, of course the MLC Alliance systems, Unity Cluster at UMass. A really interesting kind of breadth of resources that allow us to figure out how to work together to gain economies of scale. Also some regional and national initiatives. So we've got TestBed, which you've heard about, Fabric, which is a NSS-sponsored networking initiative, and the National Research Lab, another distributed computing exercise that's taking a different look at how you can share resources on a national scale. And at the top, perhaps most importantly, is how we've been able to bring people together, both sharing and developing talent at the system administration level, research facilitation, and also research software engineering across the consortium, and contributing to both local initiatives as well as national initiatives. Is this better? Oh my goodness. Unlike Iran, no one can ever hear me. And that will allow me to, I think, do my last two sentences. You'll hear that we're actually very excited about a partnership with Red Hat. You'll hear from Sarah a little bit later on, where we're working with Red Hat to take interns out of our internship program locally in Holyoke and moving them into Red Hat internship programs. Another touch point in a pretty big landscape of collaboration. And then just a note about local impact. Just mentioned our internships. We're crossing over 20 interns over the last number of years. Holyoke Codes, where we get aimed at middle school students, which is the place where we really, where kids either engage or they don't with computer science, and also national initiatives having to do with building better computer science education pathways in K-12. Looking ahead, at each level of the stack, we're doing a little bit of work. We continuously work on data center capacity and cost efficiency, building the tracks in front of the train as it kind of comes barreling down at us. Lower friction for shared storage and compute. This conference is a lot about how we make that happen across our members. Increased collaboration on user support as well as infrastructure. How do we share people that are talent that are across the institutions and perhaps also nationally? And also, before you get there, how do we expand the size and diversity of the pipeline for people coming into this? That's about it.